When investors think about Philippine bank stocks, what names come up first? Normally, the huge banks are on the list like BDO Unibank, Bank of the Philippine Islands, and Metropolitan Bank and Trust Company usually dominate the conversation. But there is another banking institution slowly and quietly growing its earnings and establishing its footprints in the consumer banking space. This is East West Banking Corporation. Over the past few years, East West has been steadily increasing its profits, expanding its consumer loan portfolio, and improving its digital banking capabilities all over the country. The question for investors is this: is East West Bank an unrecognized opportunity in the Philippine stock market? In this video, we will break down the company background, financial performance from 2022 to today, dividend history, key challenges, valuation, and whether this stock could be worth considering for long-term investors. Let's dive in. First, let's understand the company. East West Banking Corporation, commonly known as East West Bank, is a universal bank in the Philippines founded in 1994. The bank is part of the PhilInvest Development Corporation, one of the country's major conglomerates. Since its founding, East West has grown into a full-service bank offering retail and consumer loans, credit cards, auto loans, corporate banking, deposits and wealth management, and digital banking services. Unlike some large Philippine banks that focus heavily on corporate credits, East West has built a reputation as a consumer-focused bank. In fact, consumer loans make up most of its lending portfolio, including credit cards, personal loans, and auto loans. This strategy has helped the bank grow faster in certain segments of the market. Today, East West operates hundreds of branches across the country and continues investing in digital banking platforms to serve its customers more efficiently. To understand how East West makes money, we need to look at how banks generate revenue. Banks typically earn income from three major sources. First, net interest income. This is the difference between the interest earned from loans and interest paid on deposits. When East West lends money through personal loans, auto loans, or credit cards, it earns interest income. Second, fee-based income. Banks also earn fees from services such as credit card transactions, ATM services, remittances, wealth management. Thirdly, trading and investment income. Some banks generate income through treasury operations and financial investments. For East West, consumer lending is the main engine of growth, which means the bank benefits strongly when consumer spending and borrowing increase. Now let's look at the bank's financial performance over the past few years. In 2022, the bank has a net income of 4.6 billion, in 2023, 6.1 billion, in 2024, 7.6 billion, and in 2025, 9.2 billion. As you can see, one of the most noticeable trends is consistent earnings growth. From 2022 to 2025, East West net income roughly doubled, growing from 4.6 billion to 9.2 billion. This strong growth was driven by several key factors. Number one, consumer loan expansion. East West aggressively expanded its consumer loan portfolio through credit cards, personal loans, and auto loans. Consumer loans account for a large share of the bank's total lending, which helped boost interest income. Second, higher interest income. As loan volumes increased and interest rates remained relatively elevated, the bank generated higher net interest income. Lastly, fee revenue growth. The bank also improved fee income through financial services and digital transactions. In 2025 alone, Total revenue reached about 51 billion pesos, representing around 20% growth compared with the previous year. For income investors, dividends are an important factor. East West Bank pays cash dividends annually to shareholders. Based on the recent share prices, the dividend yield has typically been around 4% to 6% depending on the market condition. The positive trend here is that East West has been gradually increasing its dividend payouts, reflecting stronger profitability and improved financial performance. And there are several factors that could support East West's growth moving forward. The first one is consumer banking strength. East West has positioned itself as one of the leading consumer lenders in the Philippines. As the middle class expands and consumer spending increases, demand for loans could continue rising. Second, credit card and personal loan expansion. Credit card usage in the Philippines continues to grow as digital payments become more common. East West is actively expanding its credit card business to capture this opportunity. Thirdly, the digital banking transformation. Like many modern banks, East West is investing heavily in digital platforms. The bank launched new digital banking services to improve customer experience and increase transaction efficiency. Digital banking could help lower operating costs while expanding the bank's reach. Now here are the several risks investors should consider. First, intense competition. The Philippine banking industry is a highly competitive space. East West competes with large banks such as BDO Unibank, Bank of Philippine Islands, Metropolitan Bank and Trust Company. These banks have larger balance sheets and broader market presence. Next is credit risk. Since East West focuses heavily on consumer loans, it may face higher risks during economic downturns. If borrowers struggle to repay their loans, the bank may experience higher loan losses. Third, interest rate sensitivity. Bank profitability is affected by interest rate cycles. If interest rates decline significantly, net interest margins could shrink. Now let's talk about valuation. East West Bank is often considered a mid-sized banking stock in the Philippine market. Some key valuation metrics investors usually monitor include price to earnings ratio, price to book ratio, and dividend yield. Historically, East West has traded at lower valuation multiples compared to larger Philippine banks, which sometimes make it appear undervalued. The market may be pricing in its smaller size, higher consumer lending exposure, and stronger competition from larger banks. However, if the company continues delivering consistent earnings growth, this valuation gap could narrow over time. So how should investors think about East West Bank? The company appears to have several positive characteristics. It has consistent earnings growth. It has strong consumer banking focus. It has rising dividends, and it has expanding digital services. However, investors should also recognize that banking stocks are sensitive to economic conditions and credit cycles. This means that thorough analysis and diversification are important. To summarize, East West Banking Corporation has shown impressive growth in recent years. From 2022 to 2025, revenue increased significantly, net income nearly doubled, dividends steadily increased, and the bank's strategy of focusing on consumer lending and digital transformation appears to be paying off. However, competition from larger banks and credit risk remain important factors to monitor. For investors looking for a growing mid-sized banking stock in the Philippines, East West is certainly a company worth studying. So, do you think East West Bank is an undervalued stock in the Philippine market? Or do you prefer larger banking giants like BDO, BPI, or Metrobank? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy Philippine stock analysis, dividend investing strategies, and beginner-friendly financial education, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel.